International Consortium of Investigative Journalists has been combing through more than 2 million files of financial transaction data from more than a year. Of countries use covert accounts and companies to shield their wealth.
Now is he's going to end up in jail. Floyd Mayweather, up until now, has avoided jail time like he's avoided punches in the ring, but jail is where he's headed. A Las Vegas judge.
200 million, 300 million
dollars.
Yeah, in different accounts.
Reportedly, the FBI has uncovered evidence suggesting Floyd Mayweather may have concealed millions in secret offshore accounts to avoid taxes and hide his actual wealth. According to leaked documents, Mayweather utilized shell companies and foreign banks to tuck away earnings from exhibition fights and endorsements. These concealed funds raise serious legal and ethical concerns surrounding tax evasion and financial transparency. Experts believe this could potentially trigger a major investigation into his finances. While Mayweather has long flaunted his wealth publicly, the FBI's findings point toward a much more secretive and possibly illegal financial strategy operating behind the scenes.
Bank accounts to hide trillions of dollars and evade laws. Again, to Hari, who has the story.
Uncovering the complex workings of offshore tax havens has led to one of the largest cross-border collaborations ever between journalists. The International Consortium of Investigative Journalists has been combing through more than 2 million files of financial transaction data for more than a year. It's taken this long because the digital file size is 160 times larger than the State Department.
Floyd Mayweather has publicly acknowledged holding significant funds across multiple bank accounts. In a 2013 ESPN interview, he disclosed that he keeps $123 million in a single account, highlighting a strategy of diversifying his wealth across various institutions. This method is often used to manage financial risk and maintain liquidity. However, Mayweather's financial habits have drawn attention. Reports suggest he owed over $22 million in back taxes from 2015, resulting in a federal tax lien. Such substantial tax obligations raise questions regarding his financial transparency and overall money management.
How much money do you have in your bank account?
Which account? Which bank?
You have more than one account?
Absolutely.
I don't even have one account. Give me the amount of money you have in one of your accounts.
200 million, 300 million
dollars.
Yeah, in different accounts.
Mayweather's former accountant shares insights into how Floyd casually dismissed sums like $100,000, $200,000, or even $50,000 as insignificant. According to the accountant, those figures simply didn't matter to Mayweather, they didn't move the needle. But for wealthy investors observing from the sidelines, such an attitude raised red flags. If someone owns a commercial property or a shopping mall valued at $100 million, then a $10 million profit taxed at 37 to 40% instead of 20 to 24% becomes a major loss. He adds that ongoing discussions about eliminating the step-up in basis could increase future tax liabilities even more.
Residences making 100, 200 grand here or there, $50,000 not going to affect. But for those large investors, obviously that's becoming very concerning, because if you've got a building, big mall or something else, it could be worth $100 million. All of a sudden you've got a $10 million profit on there that's now going to be taxed at 37 or 40 versus 20 to 24. Huge difference. So that's the biggest one people are keeping their eye on.
Floyd Mayweather's financial conduct has prompted concerns regarding his tax avoidance tactics, which mirror those commonly used by some of the world's wealthiest individuals. Mayweather has been associated with offshore accounts, financial instruments that enable individuals to sidestep substantial tax obligations. These types of accounts are generally established in regions with relaxed tax laws, such as Switzerland or the Cayman Islands. The premise behind such setups is that by channeling wealth through these jurisdictions, individuals can legally lower their tax responsibilities in their home nations. Offshore accounts function by relocating income or assets to overseas banks where either taxes are delayed or the tax rates are more favorable. For prominent figures like Mayweather, this can equate to bypassing millions in tax payments. Although the practice itself isn't unlawful when executed within legal frameworks, it does raise ethical issues surrounding the fairness of such strategies, especially considering public services rely heavily on taxes paid by ordinary citizens. Critics argue that Mayweather's approach exemplifies how the ultra-wealthy exploit legal loopholes for personal financial benefit.
Use of offshore accounts. I'm sure this isn't your first time hearing the term offshore. Offshore banking, offshore account, etc. What does it bring to mind? Water, scenes, and more water? Surprise, none of the above. Offshore banking is a big like hiding money in distant places, islands. The wealthy stash their money in foreign banks, often in tax havens known for their friendly financial policies. It's like sending their hard-earned money to a safe place away from tax issues at home. Offshore accounts come with a little bit of tax legal implications and challenges. However, so before you start dreaming of stashing all of your money at that private island, consider what's involved here, right? The tax authorities back home always keep a watchful eyes, and there's always a need for carefulness. Governments everywhere are tightening regulations to prevent abuse.
Joe Rogan reflects on the immense wealth Floyd Mayweather has accumulated throughout his career and the intricacies that come with managing that kind of fortune. He acknowledges that with such massive earnings, tax payments are inevitable. Rogan envisions a situation in which Mayweather is hit with a $25 million tax bill, already a large sum, only to be informed he still owes an additional $50 million. He highlights how unbelievable that scenario seems, especially given the staggering amounts of money involved. Rogan also touches on Mayweather's extravagant way of life, including his purchase of over 100 luxury cars from a single dealership, all paid for in cash, even though Floyd rarely drives any of them. Rogan notes that these cars retain value, which makes them shrewd investments. He praises the way Mayweather has managed to build such incredible wealth, emphasizing that Mayweather has discovered some impressive techniques for keeping his financial empire strong. Rogan considers Mayweather a financial mastermind who has successfully navigated the complex world of earning and preserving an extraordinary level of money, coming up with inventive methods to both protect and expand his wealth.
It's just neglect to pay.
Neglect, and it's also like, I think, and there is like a truth to this, he makes so much money, there's probably a point when they're like, hey, it's time to pay your taxes. And you go like, all right, here's a check for $25 million. That's an incredible amount of money. And then they go, that's true, but you owe 50 more. And he's just like, that can't be right. I've given you $25 million.
Yeah, like what?
Yeah, like what are you talking about, man?
He's bought over 100 luxury cars from the same dealer and always pays in cash. Hilarious, I love it.
He has $15 million worth of cars.
Congratulations.
But he doesn't drive.
I like it. Good. You can sell those. They're worth a lot of money. You can get that money too.
Yeah.
You know, he's really interesting in the amount of money that he's able to generate.
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather's business partner has come forward to reveal a sobering truth about Floyd's financial condition. Despite being one of the top-earning athletes of his era, Floyd has been spending significantly more than he earns. According to the partner, even though Floyd continues to rake in millions each year, his extravagant lifestyle consumes the majority of that income. He's been burning through hundreds of thousands every month, and even if he's pulling in $100 million, the scale of his spending still surpasses his earnings. This spending frenzy includes high-end vehicles, private planes, and pricey properties, all of which accumulate costs at a rapid pace. The business partner further disclosed that Mayweather's financial management may not be as solid as it seems. He hinted that Floyd might not be as wealthy as his public image would suggest, particularly once all the recurring monthly expenses are accounted for. Even with substantial income, Floyd's habits make sustaining long-term wealth challenging. These revelations have led some to question whether Floyd's financial future may be in jeopardy. While avoiding exact figures, the partner emphasized that the math doesn't add up, revealing a stark contrast between Floyd's glamorous image and the actual state of his financial reality.
Look, man, you know, we both made some real money, but you know, you start burning through, you make $2-3 million a year, you burning through $100,000 a month. You ain't really got that much money.
Shit, he probably spending way more than that.
No, I'm talking regular dudes. Say we made $3 million, we burning through $100,000 a month. We really don't got no paper like that saved
that's
up.
A fact.
So even if he's making $100 million, if he's burning through $5, $6, $7 million a month, you still got taxes, you still got responsibilities. So I don't know nobody's bag, but you know, me and you, we real. We never count nobody's paper. So
not at all.
I hope he got $10 billion, and I hope he get out of this problem.
That's a fact, because you would figure he should be able to just cash him out, like whatever the tab is. You know, he should be able to wire that.
I think he could do that with no problem. I think he got all the money in the world. I think they may not want it.
Floyd Mayweather's vast array of luxury vehicles, including several Lamborghinis and a custom-built 700-horsepower Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon, highlight his opulent lifestyle. However, these types of assets could unintentionally intensify his ongoing tax issues. Owning such expensive items brings with it hefty costs for insurance, upkeep, and storage, which can add up to significant sums over time. For example, Mayweather's purchase of a $500,000 Mercedes-Maybach 57S eventually resulted in a lawsuit claiming more than $167,000 in outstanding loan payments after he stopped making the required installments. In addition, his acquisition of more than 40 luxury cars from a single dealership has raised questions regarding the broader financial impact of such indulgences. Though these purchases clearly display his wealth, they may also attract the attention of tax authorities, particularly if interpreted as strategies to hide assets or dodge tax obligations. Furthermore, the complex nature of acquiring and financing these vehicles can complicate the accurate reporting and declaration of assets. Without clear documentation and full transparency, such extravagant purchases could be viewed as calculated efforts to mask financial activity, potentially opening the door to serious legal ramifications.
The money I still got, the jewels I still got, the cars I still got, the mansions I still got. You either motivate it or you hate it. Either or, it doesn't matter. Walk with me, let's talk. I got 9 toys right here. I got the 488 Ferrari. I got the Maybach or the Maybach, whatever you want to call it. I got 7 Rolls Royces right here. I like to call it Lucky 7. So you either motivate it or you hate it. My lifestyle, Money May. I'm the money man. Remember that.
Floyd Mayweather's recent addition of 3 high-end vehicles, namely a Bugatti Chiron Purport, a Mercedes-Benz G-Class AMG, and a Cadillac Escalade VSV, has further bolstered his already impressive car collection. These new acquisitions, totaling around $5 million, emphasize his strong inclination toward luxury and exclusivity. The Bugatti Chiron Purport, one of only 60 ever produced, features a 1,500 horsepower engine and can reach a top speed of 218 miles per hour, underscoring Mayweather's dedication to owning some of the rarest and most elite vehicles in the world. However, these extravagant purchases raise valid concerns about the financial implications of sustaining such a collection. The ongoing expenses tied to insuring, storing, and maintaining these automobiles can become quite substantial. Furthermore, the public visibility of these assets may draw increased attention from tax authorities, especially if they are perceived as efforts to hide wealth or avoid taxation. Although Mayweather's estimated net worth stands at $400 million, managing and accurately declaring assets of this scale remains a challenging and complex task.
When you're the best, you only deal with the best. So today, I purchased 3 vehicles. Give them the breakdown, Chadwick. Give them
2025 Cadillac Escalade V ESV. This is a supercharged motor version. But the best car you purchased is...
what about this? I bought this today.
Brand new 2025 matte blue G63 AMG.
And let's walk down here. Check this out. Come. My new toy. Give me the breakdown.
This is a Bugatti Chiron Pure Sport. This is the most rare of all the Chirons ever produced. One of 60. This is a 1-of-1 spec. All of the whole body is carbon fiber exposed in blue. When it's been painted, you can see there's blue exposed carbon as you...
Floyd Mayweather, alongside Kim Kardashian, became involved in promoting Ethereum Max, a cryptocurrency that later came under legal examination. Investors filed a lawsuit against both celebrities, alleging their involvement in a pump-and-dump scheme. The complaint argued that Mayweather and Kardashian misled investors into purchasing Ethereum Max tokens, which drastically lost value shortly after the endorsements. This scenario sheds light on the considerable risks tied to celebrity-backed promotions within the unregulated world of cryptocurrency, where influential figures can shape public opinion, prompting unsuspecting investors to make financially damaging decisions. The case serves as a critical reminder of the dangers associated with celebrity endorsements, especially when the promoted product's actual worth does not reflect the surrounding hype, often leaving investors with significant financial losses. The ongoing legal conflict further stresses the urgent need for stricter regulation and accountability in the crypto space, particularly when celebrities promote financial instruments without clear oversight. Floyd Mayweather has endorsed numerous cryptocurrencies, including Ethereum Max, earning large sums from his promotions. However, it has become apparent that he did not personally invest in the projects. While he actively promoted these digital assets on social media, encouraging his followers to join in, his own financial stake appears either negligible or non-existent. Critics argue that Floyd capitalized on his influence to artificially inflate token values for quick financial gain, benefiting from endorsements while taking on none of the risk himself. As a result, he faces accusations of exploiting the cryptocurrency market, using his fame to promote ventures he had no genuine interest in supporting long-term.
And everybody in the crypto world is competing with one another. Whereas I feel like everybody should be able to choose what they want to choose and go with who they want to go with. I think everybody should work together. And what I always did was I believed in myself. Before anybody else believed in me, I believed in myself.
Floyd Mayweather's extravagant lifestyle, highlighted by his ever-growing fleet of luxury vehicles, seems to reveal more than a passion for opulence. It suggests a deeper financial motive, or potentially, a lack of financial discipline. Despite owing large sums to various creditors, including unpaid taxes and outstanding debts, Mayweather continues to publicly showcase his wealth. His fixation on acquiring luxury vehicles appears to serve as a deliberate distraction from the financial responsibilities he continues to ignore. These extravagant acquisitions act as symbols of power and dominance, allowing him to project an image of control, even as he sidesteps the financial obligations bearing down on him. The experience of Deji, who interacted with Mayweather, offers insight into a man who, despite accumulating extraordinary wealth, remains deeply insecure and overly concerned with how he is perceived by the public. Mayweather's dismissive reaction to a fan's mention of traveling to Dubai suggests someone obsessed with status and image, someone who relies on his wealth as a protective barrier against personal vulnerabilities. His persistent efforts to flaunt his riches may stem from a need to mask deeper financial issues, like growing debt and unresolved tax liabilities. This behavior indicates that Mayweather may be using material excess to divert attention from his fiscal struggles, opting to indulge in conspicuous displays rather than facing the harsh realities of his financial responsibilities.
I'm not asking how much, but did you get paid at least some of it up front?
Yes.
Okay. Because obviously Logan, when he fought, he keeps talking about how he still doesn't know anything.
Yeah.
And now you have fought him.
Yeah.
You got some of it at least.
I mean, I just have better, better manager, agent, all of that.
Although you may not have done it if Logan had just been paid, right? Like maybe you needed Logan to.
No, it's because it's like, remember when I fought Vinny Hackett?
No, yeah, true. No one at that event got paid.
Everyone apart from
you and Gibb, right?
Yeah, me and Gibb, we got paid.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
shout out manager.
Yeah.
I don't know, can you say his name?
Yeah, say his name, yeah.
Shout out Lim.
Chiverano.
Man like Chiverano.
Can we say his name?
Oh really?
Oh my god, he's so fake and he's insecure as hell. And the thing is, I don't even care about saying all this stuff. Yeah, you're not gonna fight me, are you, bitch? Okay. He's so insecure. So let me just tell you like some things that happened. Okay. So this was the Dubai podcast. For some reason, he's just making these noises, slah, 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 to his whole team, slah, slah, and just making some weird noises. It made no sense. And then one of my fans said, "Hey yo, Deji, I flew all the way from the UK for this." And then he you don't have to respond to that,
no,
but he responds being like, "It don't matter, man. You in Dubai now." like why?
Like what do you call them things you get for Christmas? Those little
soundboards.
Yeah.
Once heralded as the best ever, Floyd Mayweather now finds himself grappling with the hard truth of unresolved financial issues. Even with an undefeated record in the ring, he hasn't been able to shield himself from the rising burden of unpaid taxes and long-standing debts. While his public image continues to be defined by luxury and excess, his persistent neglect of financial duties is catching up with him. His dazzling displays of wealth, from fleets of expensive cars to opulent homes, have done little to obscure the growing legal challenges looming over him. Though Mayweather's ability to generate wealth is undeniable, his financial decision-making remains under serious scrutiny. His flamboyant lifestyle feels more like a bold defiance toward institutions like the IRS, as if he's trying to mock the very systems he must ultimately answer to. However, this is one opponent he can't dodge or outmaneuver forever. With each passing day, interest accrues, penalties grow, and the weight of his obligations increases. No matter how flashy his Instagram posts or how extravagant his public image may be, the mounting financial pressure is impossible to ignore. Mayweather's actions suggest he believes he can outrun his responsibilities, but the reality is that consequences are inevitable. His once glorious boxing legacy may not be enough to save him from the fallout of poor financial decisions. After stepping away from professional boxing, Mayweather turned to exhibition matches, a decision that drew significant backlash. Critics and fans alike felt these fights cheapened his legacy, especially when he faced obscure opponents or those outside the realm of competitive boxing. The disapproval centered around the perception that Mayweather was compromising his iconic status for the sake of financial gain. While these exhibition bouts brought in considerable revenue, they lacked the intensity and credibility of real competition, prompting accusations that Mayweather was prioritizing profit over legacy. Some speculated that these easy matches were his way of maintaining his extravagant lifestyle amid growing monetary troubles. By opting for low-risk fights with high payouts, Mayweather seemed to shift his focus from cementing his place in boxing history to chasing quick cash, disappointing the fans who once admired him for his championship spirit.
Anybody else's terms, but you to make the decision, you know what? This is it. I don't care what all you guys say. I'm out of here. I'm done.
I mean, I think I just had a game plan. I had a brilliant game plan. The game plan was to be very outspoken. You know, I was born with personality. I was born with charisma. Speak my mind. Speak from the heart. You know, I don't hate or dislike anyone. But I want to go out there, you know, and just do what I have to do inside that square circle. Choose a tremendous team on the outside that's going to help me take things to the next level, and that's what I did.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. For more exciting videos, make sure to hit the bell icon and stay updated. Subscribe to Boxing Hub now for all the latest in boxing.